Hello, my lumpy lip fillers. Welcome to another episode of Whatcha Packin. We are here with Discord Addams, all the way from Florida.
Yes.
So, you're not from Florida?
No, I'm from Ohio.
Okay. Okay, so what part of Ohio?
From Akron.
Akron, Ohio. You ended up in Florida. And where in Florida?
St. Pete.
St. Pete.
Yes.
Oh, are you a Scientologist?
No.
Okay, good. How did you end up on the west coast
I
of
was
Florida?
tired of being cold. My best friend was living there and she was like kind of going through a little breakup and I was tired of being cold. I was like, well, what if I moved in and helped you pay your rent, get me out of the winter? And she was like, yeah, come on down.
I love that. All right, so let's go back to Akron,
Yes.
Ohio. You're in school. What does little Discord like to do?
Oh, love to go to concerts. Like that was like all of high school for me, was just going to different punk shows.
So how did you find punk rock in Akron, Ohio?
Cause I just grew up weird, and so like I found weird people, and I grew up especially like around the era of Rancid. So I found Rancid, then the Sex Pistols, and the Dead Kennedys. I loved Dead Kennedys
DK.
so much, and it was just like once you find one, you find them all.
Right. So you're this punk rock kid, and music is a heavy influence because you still play a lot of instruments.
Yes.
Music is still very much a part of your life. Was that your goal? To be a musician?
My goal was, yeah, I always wanted to be a rock star, and finding drag kind of gave me the avenue of like being the rock star that I always wanted to be, because I don't have like a particularly like amazing singing voice. But I think recently I kind of found out what my voice can and can't do.
Okay.
But then I, picked up the guitar and I was like, oh, well, I can do that.
Okay.
And I can introduce that into drag, which a lot of, girls aren't doing. And it kind of just gave me my own little thing that other people weren't doing that made me stand out.
Punk rock is so drag anyway.
Yeah.
It really is. If you look and you think, even going back to like Johnny Rotten and Sid Vicious, who were butch and macho, we're still very drag. Sid with
absolutely.
his, yeah.
Having Vivienne Westwood dress them all.
Yes.
Absolutely.
So where did you find drag in that kind of trajectory?
I found drag, honestly, by watching season 3 and seeing Raja. And Raja changed my perspective of what I saw as drag, because I had seen drag shows in the bar, but seeing what Raja was doing, I was like, oh, I could do that, and I want to do that. And so I kind of started immediately after seeing that.
Okay, and did you start doing bars, or did you just start by like going out to bars?
So I would paint my face like every single day until I looked relatively how I wanted to look. And then once I was comfortable with that, I immediately went to the bars and like did the little sign-up shows.
And when did you go, okay, I think I want to be on this show?
I started feeling comfortable enough with thinking that I could do it around season 7. So I've been auditioning every year since season 7.
Okay, so wow. So it's been a minute.
Yeah.
And Rue goes over every single audition tape herself and chooses who she wants. So it's kind of special that she's been watching you until she knew you were ready. Is drag your only gig right now, and has it been?
No, I am a tattoo artist.
You are?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, do you tattoo on yourself?
Literally most of them are all.
Really?
Yeah.
Did you practice on yourself?
I practice on my boyfriend, and he's so brave. He was like, yeah, he's like, I've never seen you be bad at anything, so just do it.
How long have you been tattooing?
Since 2020. So I taught myself in the middle of the pandemic because I was worried that tattoo shops were never gonna open again. And I was like, well, what would I do? I better teach myself.
Do you tattoo in drag?
I should.
Yeah, you should. So let's talk about your walk, Discord. Did you know that your walk was different?
No. You wanna know how I learned to walk?
Yeah.
So my partner, Gidget, she put a iPhone in front of me on one of those like walking treadmills, and we just pulled up like 90s supermodels, and she just put me in heels on the treadmill and just told me to keep watching the video and keep walking. So when I walked on the runway, I was like, I'm definitely Naomi Campbell. Like, you cannot tell me otherwise. I look so fierce. And then the first day you were like, your walk is so intense. And I was like, yeah, I am intense. What a compliment. And then somebody else said it was intense, and I was like, now I'm starting to question things.
The thing about it, I love it probably for all the wrong reasons, if I'm being completely honest, but I still love it. I think it's because you lean backwards.
So far back.
Yeah, that it looks like you're like, it's almost like your hips are leading the way, which again,
they are.
I love it nonetheless because it's so weird. It's just different. It looks Like you don't know how to walk.
Yeah, well, I think I don't. I think you're onto something there.
You know, you don't think, you just walk,
Yeah.
and then yours somehow do this. And it's endearing, it's cute, it's funny, it's crazy. I couldn't wait for you to walk each time because each time.
It did its job.
It did its job, and I didn't know which walk I was gonna get. You went home on the makeover challenge,
Yes.
correct? Did you understand the critique? You might not agree, but did you understand?
Here's what I'll say.
Okay.
I would have preferred the critiques to be about how basic those outfits were, because the outfits sucked. But
They were fine. They were
I
fine.
think we looked related.
Right.
Because here's what I was thinking. I was like, in every house, there's only like one punk sibling. You know what I mean? You know, there's not usually like a family of punk siblings. So like, yeah, one's gonna be preppy, one's gonna be punk. That makes sense.
I buy that. I understand. You know, for me, I'm very stickler with it. I'm the one who's the toughest with it. But let me tell you why. I'm an adopted kid, so I understand not looking like your brothers and sisters, right? I didn't look like anybody in my family. That's fine. Our chosen family, I buy that too, I get it. But for me, this is a drag competition, this is a drag challenge.
Yeah.
It's not twins, but can you look somewhat related? Somewhat?
Yeah, we had the same face.
No. No, Discord, no. Listen, Discord, the world is getting you now.
Yes.
The competition, season 18 might be over, but the world is getting to have Discord.
Yeah, I didn't cry. I was like so proud of everything I did the entire season that I was like, this is fine. Like, I'm in the top 6. I showed so many different sides of me.
Yep.
It was so important to me because like my fashion is so severe and so serious, but I'm so stupid. And so like when I got to be the Pope, like for the Snatch game, I was like, they get to see how dumb I am, and that was important to show as well.
And it was fantastic.
I had so much fun on the
You
Snatch
could tell.
game.
Let's talk about these gorgeous looks.
Yes.
Now, the middle one, we got to see.
Yes.
Obsessed with that.
Thank you. It was one of my favorite ones to show.
Obsessed. Who made it?
My partner and I.
So did you do most of your stuff?
Literally everything that you saw on the runway was made by me and my partner, Travis, / Addams.
Oh, and Travis does,
Drag as well.
oh my goodness, and you both do them together. And you don't want to kill each other?
No, we are best friends. Like, we love each other so much. We've been together for 13 years. We've made stuff together. Like, we're like the perfect like little art, like fashion house.
Do you have other Addams children?
No.
It's just you two. Are you looking for drag children?
No, it's dangerous.
In what way?
Like, what if they're ugly?
well, that's
What if they
up
don't listen to me?
You have to raise them.
Or, no, I don't.
How old are you?
34.
You still have time.
Yeah.
That might change when you're 44.
Okay.
So let's talk about these other ones. You love a safety pin.
Yes.
That's amazing. That's an homage to Moschino. Tell me about it.
I painted my name all over it. We put the safety pins all over it. I was like, if I were to wear a gown on Drag Race, I would want it to look like a motorcycle jacket or like a punk jacket that's painted all over.
Tell me about this hooker clown.
Yes, so
outfit.
this was gonna be a reveal. I was gonna start out in this really big, beautiful like clown gown that we stitched a stick into. So when I stepped out of it, it was gonna stay standing. And then I was gonna take the hat off, and then a lasso ponytail was gonna fall out of it that we stitched magnets into. And I was gonna lasso the dress and then walk it back up. And then the nose turns into a ball gag.
Of course it does. Are you so happy that you did it?
I couldn't be happier. When I tell you I had fun the entire time, the girls were like, how are you sleeping? I was like, 'cause I'm just having a good time.
Aww.
Like, I go there, I treat RuPaul like I've known RuPaul my whole life. Like, that's my best friend in the room. Like, of course, there was like stressors, but I would say overall, I just had fun.
Before we go, I want to talk about this purse, because I know you
Please.
had it on the main stage.
Yes.
Did you kids make this too?
This is one of the things that I did not make.
Is that your face?
It's my face.
Okay.
So this was for the animal attraction runway, and I wanted to flip the roles of what if an animal was wearing a human, because like we use animals in ways that we shouldn't. So I wanted it to look like, no, like I'm an alligator carrying a human handbag.
Who needs a Birkin when you can have a...
Okay, that's what I'm saying.
A face.
Right?
It's been so fun talking to
So
you.
fun.
And so fun judging you and watching your fashions. And I can't wait to meet Gidget and maybe see her on the show.
I'm gonna really push for that. She would be really, really, really good at it.
Oh, I think that's adorable. And I'm really excited for the world to get their claws into you, because you're gonna be
I'm so excited.
traveling in love, and I can't wait to hear the designers reach out to you and get that walk even more famous than it is now, so we can all
Yes.
laugh with the biggest hearts filled with love.
Thank you.
Thank you. And thank you all for watching another episode of Whatcha Packin. I'll see you next time. Bye.
See the sun shining bright, ain't a cloud in the sky. Yeah, it's a good day.
So can you sew?
Yeah, I just chose not too, the whole entire season.
Okay. Hey there, it's Michelle Visage. Do you say yay for gay? Well then join me and subscribe to RuPaul's Drag Race YouTube channel.